So today I have a male client and he's getting a luxe manicure. I'm going to start off with some warm water and I'm going to put a few drops of pure castor soap in here, the hemp lavender. And then I'm going to scrub his hands and get him a nice massage with some shea sugar scrub by 𝑇ℎ𝑒𝑐ℎ Exotic Bloom. He likes to smell the products, so you'll see throughout the video he keeps asking to smell products because he doesn't want to smell like a girl. But I'm like, you can't complain about the products I'm using. It's a nail salon. So I'm catering to women mostly, so I want them to be happy. But anyways, I'm exfoliating his hands with the sugar scrub, making sure I get deep into the tissues, massaging his hands, giving that range of motion, making sure the water was warm first. You don't want your client's hands in cold water. You don't want scorching hot water either. But I'm just giving a good massage, or make sure I'm rubbing off any dead skin. And then I did have him wash his hands before I started, and I did have him brush his nails with a nail brush before we started, just to get it pre-cleaned, because I didn't want to be touching any dirt or anything like that. So I just make sure he did that first. So here I'm just scrubbing and putting him in the prayer hands, and that's all you do. With a luxe manicure, you just want to make sure the client feels comfortable. And now I'm going to go ahead and use Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. This stuff is really good. His cuticles were already soft. I don't like doing dry manicures. I feel like that tears, there you go, smelling it again. I feel like that tears up the customer's fingers. So this was really easy to use. And he was a big baby. He kept saying, it feels weird, it feels weird. I'm like, well, you're not used to getting your nails did. That's why it feels weird to you. But just chill out, okay? You'll be okay. So I added this cuticle remover on. At first, I just put it on each hand, let it sit on there. You only need 15 seconds and you can start working, but I let it sit on there each hand, and then I went to work. Well, each finger, my bad. Each hand and each finger. I let it sit on there, and then I went to work on his cuticles. And yeah, he was a big baby, like I said, but he said I was gentle. It didn't hurt, but he was just really nervous or whatnot, but he really wanted a manicure. So let's get to work scraping this out. So first I started with a wooden stick, but it was not getting the job done. It was not pushing anything back. So I went on ahead and used the stainless steel cuticle pusher. And I started pushing it back and started scraping out that cuticle. Oh my God, it was coming out really quickly. So I realized I need to put the cuticle remover on there and then start scraping. And that made it a lot more easier. So that's what I started doing. And that was me cleaning under the nail bed and making sure I got any dirt under there. And he told me last time he went to a nail salon that that's all they did was clean under his nail bed and filed it down and put some matte top coat on there. I'm like, no, you got to get the cuticle off of there. You need your hands massaged. You got to get some oil on there. We got to file these nails down. You're getting the whole works, okay? This is a luxe manicure. So that's what we did. So here I'm just cleaning up the cuticle, rubbing the cuticle remover on there, and cleaning it up. He has some rough hands. He's a nail biter, so he bites on his nails a lot. I told him you cannot be biting on your nails because that tears up your nails, so don't do that. Okay? So I really was trying to get in there. Okay, so here I'm just making sure I'm going in one direction, because if you go back and forth, when your nails grow back, they'll grow back like rigidity. And sometimes you'll slip up. See, sometimes I'll slip up and do that, but I'm doing the top of the nail because it was kind of like blackish on his nail or something. I don't know, it was something on there, but filing the nail made his nails look a lot better, and that's what he wanted me to do anyway. So that's what I was doing, with just filing the tips down and making sure I was trying to go in one direction on his nails. And I was trying to be as gentle as possible. I needed some emery boards. I didn't have any. I forgot to grab some while I was out today, but I didn't grab any. So anyways, I'm just using a 180 file on his hands, and I'm just trying to get the nail even. It was already kind of even. I'm just trying to make it more even, get out those rough patches where he bit the nail off at. And I guess he has like a piece of skin that grows on his thumb. I'll show you later on in the video. I had to file that down. He was so happy I got that. And he was just like, oh, my hands feel so much cleaner and lighter. I'm like, I know, they look a lot better too. So yeah. So that's all I'm doing here is filing his nails down. So we got to the thumb, and he was like, yeah, you gotta file this thumb down. This is where I bite at all the time. I'm like, okay. So I went on ahead, filed the thumb down, tried to make it as even as possible, make it look nice and neat. And yeah, he enjoyed that moment. He took it like a champ. I had to file the skin down. I mean, I could have went in one direction, but it was not going. It was not moving. So I had to file that sucker down. And then I started going in one direction on the nail. So yeah, that thumb was a big challenge, but eventually I got it to all blend in. It's gonna look so beautiful when I'm done. Yep, so let's get these hands together. Okay, get these hands together. Fellas, please. Look at that thumb. I got that thumb together. It is flat, all right? It ain't going nowhere. It is flat, okay? I got that thumb together. All right, so now I'm just going to take a sanding band and sand this sucker down. Because my client is a smoker. It looks like he smokes a lot of weed. So I'm going to go ahead and sand off all that gunk off his nails. After I did that one nail, I was like, let me just do your whole hand because like your whole hand need this. So that's what I did. I sand this whole hand down. And then I'm going to buff him out. Just to make sure that I get every inch and every nook and cranny of his hand. So I think I was just double checking the file on his hands, on this part here. So I forgot I had a pillow, so I went on ahead and propped his hand up. I forgot I had that pillow. So yeah, let me finish sanding down his hands. And this made a big difference. So if you're doing manicures, the guys, this makes a big difference with them. And then buff it out because you don't want to show any scratches once you put the matte coat on there. All right, so that's what I did. Buffed them out real good. And now I'm going to spray him with some water, wipe him down. I had him dry his hands off with a towel, and now it's time to polish. And I'm using the Drizzle system, matte top coat and base coat. I put on the base coat first, and I let that cure for 90 seconds for each hand. And then I put on the matte coat and then let that cure for 60 seconds each hand. And I'm checking to see if it's dry, and this is the second coat. These came out so cute, guys. I mean, they looked real nice. And I had to explain to him, I'm like, you're not going to be shiny, okay? So before I put the base coat on, I had to tell him, like, it's going to look shiny at first, but listen, it's not going to be shiny nails. They're going to look like they're buffed, okay? You're going to like them. So we went on here with the second coat on there, and this is just to seal the deal. Make sure it looks good and presentable. He really enjoyed this too. Somebody kept saying, it just feels weird. It feels weird. It's funny. It's funny. I'm like, well, it's not weird. It's normal. I don't want nobody to know I got a manicure. Why? You don't want nobody to know you got a manicure. You're the one who booked the appointment. You're crazy. So I went on ahead and took some Hadassah Beauty shea butter, lavender scent, and moisturized his hands with it. And then I took my oil stuff by Darnisha Renee Herbal Blend and put that on his cuticles. And massage that into his cuticles. And here is the final product with the final results. Nice manicured fingernails. Really, really loving it. All right, fellas.